Okay, so this is page 5 and another one of my favorites. Oh, it's so hard to choose a favorite. Um, Something that just made me smile was when I finished all the images and I took photos of it and I compiled them all in this them all together, and I would call my girls and I'm like, so tell me what you think, and each of them like, oh, this one is my favorite, oh no, this one is my favorite, and they all had like 5 or 6 favorites, which is so cute. I just quickly showed you how to prime your page, and now I'm just going to start with inks again, and this time I'm going with blue. So this, I don't know, this page reminds me of, I don't know, the secret garden, but maybe under the, under the under the sea or something, I don't know, deep and blue. So this is Simon Says Stamps. The color is, I think it's turquoise, and I love turquoise, but it looks more cerulean, hey? So just coloring there with gelato, and then I'm just going to use some water to make it flow, and you can see again how the water is resisting the ink, which is amazing, I just love the happenings and the textures of this resisting that's happening. So when this is dry, I'm going to use a mixture of, I'm going to mix soft gel, the matte soft gel, and a little bit of molding paste. And this is for when you want a texture on your page, but you don't want it so opaque in white. You just want it to be there, but not be there, And that's exactly how this one came about. And how it turned out is it's a lovely way, because the gel medium also resists wet media a little, but in the end, I love how it turned out. So you can see I'm selectively spreading it through the stencil. I'm not doing it everywhere, just here and there. Not so concerned, and honestly, a palette knife is one of the best tools you can use for this. So these are Artist Loft palette knives. I bought them at Michael's, and they're not very expensive, but it's so worth it. So there you can see the leaves almost disappeared, and now I'm just painting over it with a little bit of Prussian blue, and this is watercolors actually. And there it comes to life. Isn't that amazing? Very light touch. You can see I'm hardly brushing the brush on the paper. And now just let it dry again. Oh, no, don't let it dry yet. A little black ink. And this is the tip for this. Look at that. Just make it flow with a little bit of water, and then just let it slide through the creases. And wow, how awesome is that? Now just let it dry. Okay, so here you can see I added my illustration, and already things are... I was so excited. Even at this point, when I was looking at it, I'm like, oh yes, this is really going to work. I was just so happy. And then, I decided to add a little bit of white. I don't know why. I think sometimes... you tip the scales on purpose. You create some drama on purpose. This is a big roller, and I'm just rolling through the ink basically here. And just making some markings again and textures, and I actually liked it a lot. Adding a little bit more white. And you know what? It's a process. I cannot stress this enough, is that it's just the process. The process is what this is all about. I mean, it's not just the end result. Otherwise, I would have put all my, journals in a PDF format so you can just print them. But that's not what, it's all about. It's really about the process. You have to go through the moves. I'm using a baby wipe, and you can see how I'm mixing the white into the black, and I love that gray, that's happening there. Okay, and now I was thinking maybe I should add some words there, and I'm painting with white paint, and obviously this didn't work. But you know what? I decided to show it to you anyway, because this is what you do if you really do something on your page and you're like, ugh, that's so not working. It's not happening. It's just not right. So obviously I decided it's not right, and I added some Prussian blue ink over there, and now I'm just going to paint over there. And actually, this is really amazing. This is what happened. This is magic. So the white was still a little wet, so it mixed in with this beautiful blue. Little paint splatters there, and water. And that's the cool thing about these Strathmore journals, is you can actually, and a baby wipe, sorry. Let me just finish and I'm just adding it on that side as well, just to balance the color a little bit. So wonderful. I'm so happy. I couldn't believe how beautiful this florals and flourishes are coming together. And now I'm just going to paint with a little bit of white, I think, or no, teal. So I'm mixing white with a little bit of teal, and I want to paint the top, that's right. And I'm creating a little bit of quiet space now, just to have a place where I can add my journaling. Again, I'm honoring the markings that's already on the page. I'm not painting just over everything. And you can see already just how big a difference it makes when you just add that little bit of quiet space, to your page.
Pretty like the Tennessee sky, I find myself wondering why I cannot get you out of my mind. It's late, but don't you say goodnight. It's a lonely world outside. Eyes so big you get lost inside. It's an ocean, I get washed in the tide. And I know it's you, it's been you the whole time. So take this heart of mine, show me what it means to love someone till you die. Let it burn as bright as the Tennessee sky. Baby, won't you take this heart of mine?
And again, I don't know what it was with this page, but the words just didn't work anywhere. Except later on, I painted with pink words, and that worked. So I'm going to try and cover up these words with just a black marker, and it wasn't black enough. And this was again one of those lovely little serendipities, that in the end I took my black ink and I just used the cap of it, and I just covered it. And what I love about it, it's really black and it's a little shiny, And I'm just using my white paint pen, and I'm drawing in the leaves, and I love this happening. And this is a lovely little exercise, if you're not used to drawing flourishes, then just trace them, and it's really I just want to say happy all the time. It's really fun to do, and it will teach your mind the pathways to these little flourishes.
Eyes so big you get lost inside. It's an ocean, I get washed in the tide. And I know it's you, it's been you the whole time. So take this heart of mine, show me what it means to love someone till you die. Let it burn as bright as the Tennessee sky. Baby, won't you take this heart of mine? Show me what it means to love one woman till you die. And let it burn as hot as the Tennessee sky. Baby, won't you take this heart of mine?
Okay, so I'm adhering the flourish, and I'm doing it with hot glue, even though Tombow glue will be better. And now I'm going to add a wash. So I'm using the cerulean blue. You can see I'm just adding it there on the side, and I'm taking a wet brush and I'm just going to paint over it. And honestly, this created magic for me. Once it was dry, the white shined through, and I couldn't believe how pretty it was, So such a layered page, actually, lots of layers. And just be patient and let the layers dry, and then the next one will be dictated almost, I don't know, intuitively. Also added a lot of markings just using the white pen, which is a great tool to use, especially if you struggle, making fine markings with a brush. It takes some practice, and I'm just adding a couple of scrapbook embellishments, and this is just the embellishment pack that I got. Can't even remember from where, but just two roses, and I think the color of that beautiful coral color just makes it pop. So almost done with this page. I'm just going to add my writing. So I'm actually mixing up some pink paints, or it's probably something that I've left over from another page, or a step from another page. And I'm just going to write some words, adding a touch of white to the red, and it creates a beautiful pink. And I'm just going to write. So this paintbrush is one of my favorite ones, and I'm not entirely sure which size it is because the paint is coming off of it, but it's probably size 2 or size 1, But like I said earlier, just practice a little. If it doesn't happen for you naturally, which it really does, honestly, even with me, I had to practice a lot. Just practice on a piece of paper and just paint. And these words are just for texture. I'm not so invested in them being able to be read or understood even. And I'm adding a touch of yellow and a touch of white to that little nook there, and I'm just carrying on writing. And I like the idea of this little funnel that's created almost like a triangle. And you can see in my pages, if you look through all of them, it's something that I quite like to do. It's very dynamic, to create this triangle. And this one is empty, so the textures are happening outside of the triangle. But I'm going to do my journaling right there in the triangle, as I will show you in the next little clip. But sometimes that triangle is filled with texture, and I do my journaling on the outside. So it depends, where and what's happening. So here you can see the final page with the journaling. And I couldn't be more happy with it. One of my absolute favorite pages. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.